Welcome back. Now in this video, we are going to enter into one of the autoresponder company accounts. We're going to set up an email list, and we're going to set up a form where people can put their name and email address in order for them to become part of your customer database. Now, while you can certainly use any of the other autoresponder companies that we talked about in an earlier video, we are going to be working with GetResponse for this course. So we're going to go into the GetResponse dashboard, and we're going to start by setting up a list there. Now that you've set up your account with GetResponse, what we are going to do is we're going to start by creating a campaign. And all we've got to do here is there is a drop-down menu here, and we are going to get started by going to that drop-down menu, and then we're going to select this link that says Create Campaign. And we're going to start there. So go ahead and click that link that says Create Campaign. And then you're going to come to a space where you're going to name your campaign. Now, this name does have to be unique across all of the GetResponse customers as well as all of their lists. So one of the things that I do in order to create a unique name is I will name it based on my niche as well as the year as well as the month, and then sometimes even the day. So in this particular case, if I'm going to be working with the internet marketing, and I'm going to be working, let's say, in February of 2015, and let's say I might be working at the 28th day. Okay, then this will give me an idea, and it'll also give me a little reference point as to when I actually created the list. And so I'm going to go ahead and click Create Campaign. And what you're going to notice there is that this has already been successfully created. Now, you may get a message that says that your list name has been taken. You might have to do another one. But if you pretty much use something like the system that I just showed you, you are going to be fine in terms of your name being available. Now, you're going to see four spaces here. One where we talk about creating a newsletter, creating an autoresponder, and editing campaign settings. For now, I'm not going to talk about creating a newsletter or creating an autoresponder. What I am going to do is I'm going to go into editing my campaign settings. So let's do that now. And when you come in, what you're going to want to do is to come to the Profile tab. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to edit my campaign title. I'm going to call it something unique. I'm going to write in a unique title based on what I know I'm going to be doing in terms of collecting names and email addresses for this list. Okay, so I have a unique name. I'm going to click Save. Then they kind of want you to kind of put your list into a category. We can do that. And in this particular case, I'm going to say that I'm primarily focusing on education. And then I'm going to go ahead and save that. I'm going to do my campaign description. Okay, so I've got a little description there. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Right, and because it's going to be about those who want to learn how to make money online, I'm going to write that in there. Whatever your particular market is, you can just write that in there into your campaign description. If you have a logo for your online company, you can put that there. All you're going to have to do is upload it. I'm going to skip that step. We're not going to do that right now, and we are going to go on to the next step. Now, if you're just getting started, you can leave these default settings the way they are. You do want to have a confirmed opt-in for those who subscribe by email or web subscriptions. When you get more advanced, you may want to work without the confirmed opt-in, but as you get started, it's best to go ahead and use double opt-in. You can actually have this message being sent by HTML, or in other words, they're going to see images instead of just a plain text email. But again, you can leave these default settings unless you have an idea of why you want to change them to either a custom URL. You can just let your confirmation page be hosted by GetResponse. So we're going to leave those settings there. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to this general tab here, put in any details that I'll need. But for the most part, I'm going to suggest that you leave the default settings in the general tab unless you have a reason to change them. Now, if we completed that, we're going to now go to the next step. And that next step is to create a web form. So we're going to go here, we're going to click Create New, and we're going to click that link in the dashboard. Now what we're going to do at this page is we're basically going to create a form where your customer or your prospect they're going to put their name and email address, and when they put it in there, it's going to automatically be stored at GetResponse inside of a database of your names and email addresses, and it will prove that you have permission to send these customers and prospects email. So what you're going to do is to pick one of these designs, maybe one of the ones that you feel is most or closest to what it is that you are going to be offering. And then when you do that, then you're just going to click and you're going to click apply. And then that's going to give you the ability to work on this to work on this some. If you want to make it larger, you can do that. And what you're going to do here is you're going to write in here. Things that will entice your site visitor in order to come and actually get what it is that you have to offer them. Now we're going to be talking about that in the next video. We're going to be talking about giving your site subscribers a bribe in order for you to get their name and email address. And this is what you're going to kind of fill in here. We do have to do this step before we talk about a bribe so that you'll know how to edit your form. And when you determine what your bribe is, you're going to write in here something that will entice your visitors to want your bribe. But for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to write in a line here, even though we know we're going to come back and change it. Okay, so I've written this in here. And again, we may come back and change this once we determine what our bribe is. I'm going to click apply. And then we basically have a form where our users can actually sign up. If you want to work with that button to make it a little more centered. And then what we want to do is we want to just click next step, and that's going to bring us to a page where we're going to be looking at the list of choices here. We want to just leave the default settings the way they are and click default thank you page, because that's where we're going to look. Now when you get to be more advanced or you have a good idea of what you want to do with some of these other things, you can do them. But if you're just getting started, it's probably a good idea just to use the default settings and to go forward. So basically now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next step. I'm just going to click next step here. And that's going to bring us to this page. Now, for purposes of this course, we're going to use this button that says GetResponse is going to host our form. And we're going to go ahead and click copy to clipboard. And then we're going to have the URL that's actually going to be our form. We put that URL in our browser. We notice that our form comes up here, and now our customers now have a place to put their name and email address. And when they do that, they're going to be part of our database. You'll also notice that you can actually make changes and edits to the form where you have there. You can actually change the look and feel of this if that's not something that you like, and make it into something that you like. And then you will then have a squeeze or autoresponder page in order to start collecting leads. Of course, to edit the form, we could just go back to the previous step and go back to the design phase, and then we can make it look exactly the way we want. But for the most part now, we have a form that we like. We have a form that we now can work with, and we are going to now go to the next step. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now in this video, we are going to discuss what you're going to be doing once you've already started making sales from your email marketing. Now, the frequency of your emails, we talked about this in a previous video, is going to be less important than the value you provide. So making sure that even when you send an offer, you should be thinking about the people who are going to be on your subscriber list. You want to make sure that they are getting the ultimate value from being one of your subscribers, so that when you show them an offer, you're really showing them something that's really going to benefit them based on what you know about them. And then you might feel as if, well, am I sending too many affiliate offers? Am I sending too many marketing emails? This is going to be less important than you really having the best interest of your buyers in mind. So some weeks, if your buyers really benefit from 2 or 3 offers, then you might want to consider sending them to them. if your buyers would not benefit at all, even if there is a lucrative affiliate promotion going on, you should consider not sending an email, not sending a marketing email, because again, you are doing business with your subscribers and you want them to feel as if you have their best interests in mind. You should always have a mix in your emails of education, personal connection. In other words, you want to make sure that they know that you are relatable to them, that they know you, because again, people buy from those from whom they know, like, and trust. So you've got to take some of your emails and make that personal connection. Let them know you a little bit. Let them know who you are as a marketer and an entrepreneur. Let them know who you are as your journey in internet marketing has begun. So you want to make sure that you're connecting. So consider making sure you've got a mix of education, personal connection, and marketing, making sure that they like you as they go through their email. And you get people to trust you by keeping their best interests in mind. When you send emails, they'll be able to tell when you are actually giving them an offer. If the offer that you're sending out, affiliate offer or one that you've created, it has nothing to do with what with where they're coming from, why they signed up for your list, then you're going to have the tendency of losing them. But if you can send out offers and education and webinars and links to articles and things that really tell them that you understood why they signed up, your subscriber list, those people are going to begin to trust you. And when you send out an affiliate offer, right, when you have their best interest in mind, they are going to open your emails and they're going to be looking to buy from you. Again, trust is very important when you are marketing. Now, one of the things you want to do is you want to survey your subscribers. Ask them what they need. Send them to a survey, or just ask them to email you back if your list is small enough. Let them tell you what it is that they could really benefit by, something that they don't know, something they're really struggling with. Because this is the best way to create and find affiliate offers, is to find out what your subscriber list really, truly wants and feels as if they need. You're going to generate more opens on your promotional emails. In other words, more people are going to see your email because they trust you, and they're going to open it, and they're going to click your links, again, because you have established that kind of trust. So email marketing after the sale, after you've started generating sales, is just as important, that you continue to build a relationship with your subscribers, that you continue to build your business around generating things that will be in the best interest of those people, and then you will see your business and sales and profits grow as an affiliate or even as a product creator and email marketer. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about outsourcing on Fiverr and other sites. And obviously, we have been talking about that for a few videos. Now, let's take a look at what that would actually mean. You are now looking at the website Fiverr, and there are a number of services that you can have done by service providers for $5, and it is probably your starting place. When you have a small task that you want to have done, you will want to check here in Fiverr to see if it is something that you can actually have done. Now, in one case, we talked about the fact that you can have a graphic done, you can have your website installed. There are a number of things that you can have done. You can see here we have typed in WordPress installed, and there are people who can solve just about any problem with WordPress. They're willing to do this for $5. The key in using Fiverr is to make sure that you're getting someone who is highly recommended and who has already completed various jobs and done a great job at it. And again, it's just like any other rating system. You want to find people with high ratings who can get the job done within a reasonable period of time for you. And just about any service that you want, you'll want to go here. You want to put your service inside of the search bar, and then you'll want to look for the person who has the highest rating and then go with that person. Now, if you want to move from, you don't want to have your service done on Fiverr, or maybe it's something that just requires a little more sophistication, you can use a site like Elance to find a freelancer. You can also use Odesk, very same kind of service, as well as you can use the Warrior Forum that does various tasks if you go inside of one of the sub forums, Warriors for Hire, and you can find people that actually will be able to complete your task for your marketing business. So when you start thinking about tasks that you find that are too complicated, remember, start first with Fiverr, then go to the other sites to see if it is something that you can have done. Anything that you can have done that is not marketing related, that doesn't really require your expertise, these are the kinds of things that you want to start thinking about outsourcing here at the very beginning. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about sharing your autoresponder or your squeeze page to the people that are going to be interested in having their problem solved, or having the problem solved that your bribe actually speaks to. Now, when you do this, obviously, you are basically promoting and advertising your link. Now, this video is not about paid advertising, but it is about getting that link in front of the right people. People who, when they see that you are looking to solve their problem, they are going to want to opt in. Now, you can do this free on social media sites, so in places like Facebook and LinkedIn. Now, when you do that, what you want to do is you want to pay attention to groups, right? You want to pay attention to groups on Facebook and LinkedIn where there's an interest in your subject matter, or where people have the problem that that you're trying to solve. Now, what's important about that is that, of course, you are not necessarily looking to gather where the experts are who are talking about the problem. You want to gather where people are going to be interested in having this problem solved. Right? Now, another way to think about this, of course, is to share this on YouTube also. So you want to have videos that address the problem, and then you are going to provide a link that will give them a solution to that problem after the video, someplace in the video where they can actually click. Now, as I said, the objective is not necessarily to join the group of other people with your subject matter. So in other words, you don't want to, if you are looking to solve the problem of dog training, or let's say making money online, you don't necessarily want to join a group of experts on making money online. They're looking to share their expertise. You might want to look to be part of a group where people are looking for alternatives to getting a job, or alternatives to things that they are doing for income, because they're going to be the most interested in what you have to offer. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't be in places where experts are sharing information, but you don't want to be one voice among many. You want to be one voice among many that is sharing a solution to a problem. So think about where your bribe is going to make the most sense, where your bribe is going to have the most impact, and that is where you want to share your link. You want to focus your attention on YouTube, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn. Now, obviously, you are going to have a video to share on YouTube, but you can definitely get in front of people who have the problem that your bribe solves. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we are going to connect our hosting and domain name, and it's a very brief process, but it is one that you want to take note of. Once again, now I would suggest that if this is something that you just don't want to do, consider having this outsourced either on Fiverr, or consider having it outsourced on Elance or Odesk. So if the process is a little too technical, you don't want to do it, just have the process outsourced. That being said, let's go ahead and take a look. Now, when you work with a company like HostGator, they're going to give you some information in your account information about name servers. Right now, in this particular case, these two name servers are going to be unique. And what you're going to do with these name servers is you're going to go over to your domain name, and you're going to use these name servers. This is the information. You're probably going to get it in an email. And you're going to connect your domain name with the name servers at your hosting account. So what you're going to do, and I'm going to take a look over here in GoDaddy, and this is an actual domain name. So what you would do is you'd go inside of the name servers area. Now this particular case, it's already got some name servers in there, but if we wanted to change it, we'd click Manage. And then we'd basically type in custom name servers, and we'd put in that information that we got here from HostGator, right, which is likely in an email or likely someplace on your dashboard inside of HostGator. You're going to put this information in here, add your name servers, and then it's going to take, it could take up to 24 to 48 hours. That's what they typically say. And it could be shorter, so you want to be checking back and forth to make sure that your hosting account and your domain name are connected. But you'll need to give it some time. It's not going to happen instantaneously. It typically is going to take a little while. So once you've done that, then you will have your domain name set, and you will then have your hosting ready to go, and you will be ready then to build your website. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you what happens when someone actually opts into your list. Now when you get people to see your page, they're going to see what you're offering, and they're going to decide that they want your bribe. Now, what happens is they're going to put their name and email address into the form on your page, and then they're going to be sent an email asking them to confirm that you have given them permission to send them business or marketing related emails. Now, once they click the link in the confirmation email, then they're going to be officially part of your email database. Now, you will then be able to see their names and email addresses inside of their autoresponder account, and then you can begin to send them marketing emails. Now, let's see this in action. Okay, now remember, we have already created our hidden URL. Okay, tinyurl.com, internet marketing 320125. And so now what we're going to do, we're just going to push this in our browser as if we were going to be one of your prospectives. So we now come to your opt-in page. What we're going to do now is we're going to type in our email address. And now that we have it, we're just going to click sign up here. So now you see what's going to happen, what your customer is actually going to see. They're going to see this that says that they're going to have a confirmation that they've got to do. So now what we want to do is we want to, just as we were our customer, we want to go to our email box to look for our confirmation. And you're going to see there that there's a confirmation there, right? So this is where you want to be aware of what your list is going to be titled, because this is what your customer is actually going to see. So you want to be aware of this. You may want to title your list something different so that when they see it, they'll see something that may look slightly more professional. They're going to click on this on the inside. They're now going to click confirm subscription, right? So you want them to click confirm subscription. And then they're going to be thanked for subscribing. Okay, so now once they become part of your list, let's take a look at what's actually happening inside of GetResponse. So we now have one person inside of our list in GetResponse, the one that we set up. There is Thomas Duncan, there's their email address, and that's where they're signed up. So now we actually have one person that's going to start getting emails from us from our GetResponse account. So that's really what is happening on the inside. What also happened, you remember, we set up a message sending out this link where we can have our bribe actually sent. Now, we didn't spend a lot of time writing the message. You can be a little more formal, but basically now your customer has access to the link where they're going to get the bribe that you sent to them. And you've placed the link inside of there. This link is now inside of their email, and you have given them valuable information. You can now begin to email them about other things. So now when I click that link inside of the email, there is the bribe, right? That's the one that we set up inside of our free hosting. and it is now downloadable. So all the person has to do is click save, and they can save the now document to their hard drive. So now you have delivered your bribe, and you have actually done your marketing to these people, and you now have them on your list. So that is what happens when someone opts into your list and you actually deliver the bribe to them. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.